graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahok.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, our third time here this week, but the first time this week that we are here for some boys basketball as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the East St. Louis Flyers. And once again, good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Duke, and welcome into the pregame show, brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can call in for carryout orders. That number is 618-855-9007. Well, Collinsville comes into this contest with an overall record of 23-3. They are 6-2 in the Southwestern Conference, and they sit in first place in conference right now. Under their 15th year head coach Darren Lee, who now has a record as a Kahawk head coach of 275 wins and 170 losses. In his 35th year overall, Coach Lee has now won 740 games to go along with 313 losses. East St. Louis, they are 17-6 on the year. They are 5-2 in Southwestern Conference play, and they sit in second place in the conference, and their head coach is Mark Chambers. He is into his 5th year and has a record of 104 wins and 37 losses. So Collinsville comes into tonight's contest on a modest 2-game win streak following the 62-57 overtime loss to Highland on January the 23rd. That loss was the first home loss at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium this year. The last loss for the Kahawks on their home court by that was a 57-56 overtime loss last February 11th, so it's almost been a year. They lost that game to Miller Career Academy. That was the last of 4 losses here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium last year for Collinsville. The last home loss for Collinsville versus East St. Louis here, March 11th of 2021 in the pandemic-shortened season of the 2020-2021 season. Following the overtime loss to Highland 10 days ago, the Kahawks got back into the win column with a 62-43 home win over Belleville West. Followed that up the next day with a 40-point 60-20 win here over McClure. Collinsville has won 5 of their last 6 coming into tonight. The Kahawks won at East St. Louis back on December the 8th, 66-59. Zach Chambers had 22 points, 8 rebounds, and went 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Jamori Weisinger had 20 points. He went 3 of 6 from the three-point stripe, including a half-court shot at the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. Nick Horace also had 10 points in that game. The Flyers, they come into tonight's game riding an 8-game winning streak. The last loss for East St. Louis was a 67-62 loss at O'Fallon back on January the 5th. After that loss, the Flyers won at Belleville East 70-57, picked up a non-conference win at Cardinal Ritter. East St. Louis then went to Salem and won 3 straight over a 3-day period from the 18th of January to the 20th. East St. Louis followed that with a 79-63 Southwestern Conference win at Alton. In the Flyers' last game, East St. Louis needed overtime to take care of CBC 71-70. That game was this past Saturday afternoon. Collinsville handed East St. Louis their first loss of the season back on December 8th. East St. Louis went 1-3 during that mid-December stretch, and counting that home loss to Collinsville, the Flyers went through the rest of 2023 with a 4-5 record. Since the calendar has flipped over to 2024, East St. Louis is 9-1, and versus Collinsville in that December 8th game, Davis Bynum had 29 points and 15 rebounds. 4 players each scored 9 points for the Flyers that night, and East St. Louis stuck with their 5 starters the whole game back on December 8th. No one came off the bench. All right, had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with our final senior in our senior interview process, and that would be none other than number 44, Zach Roseman. My conversation with Zach will come your way in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121. Or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Got a big Southwestern Conference battle at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium tonight as your Collinsville Kahawks take on the Flyers of East St. Louis. We finish up our senior interviews with number 44, 6'9", Zach Chambers. Dude, I need a step stool to get up here and talk to you. All right, so 3 years on varsity. Let's begin with the family. I pretty much know your family, but you tell us all about your family.
So it's the 6 of us. I have 4 older brothers. I'm the youngest. Oh, no. I have 3 older brothers. I'm the youngest. It's, I don't know. They beat on me, so I guess that's why I'm so strong. I got bullied for, the first, 50 years of my life. But, no, I have my mom and my dad both live with me still, too. And, they're, great guiders. They put me on the right path, and they put me in the right positions to be great.
All right, so you got all these siblings, and who's the best at basketball?
Me, by far.
I was gonna say you are. I didn't know that, but I'm gonna say you are. All right, tell me a little bit about your basketball story. How did you get started? How young were you when you got started?
So it's I had a big kind of gap between when I first started playing and when I actually started playing on the team, because when I was a kid, it was around 3rd grade when I got on Junior Kahawks. I had played and I developed Seaver's disease, so my bone hadn't developed with my muscles fast. My muscles hadn't developed with my bone fast enough, so I ended up not being able to play until 8th grade. So I started 8th grade with Jamori and Nick, and now we're the last 3 playing. So yeah, I've been playing since 8th grade, really.
All right, man, if you were not playing basketball, pick any other sport out there. What sport do you think you would be good at and you would want to play?
Volleyball.
That makes sense for a 6'9" guy. All right, so did you know that you are 2 points away from 700 points?
I did not. I don't check points. I care more about my blocks right now, because I want to break the record for this season.
All right, I know that your brothers Josh and Matt played Kahawk basketball. You're 2 points away from 700. They didn't even combine to make it to 120.
Well, like I said, I'm definitely the best brother. I'm definitely the best scorer, and I'm the tallest, so I have the advantage. But I say my brother was a better defender, but I'm definitely a better shot blocker, but he was a better defender than me.
All right, let's move on to the category I call my favorite things, which is your favorite things. Favorite sweet snack?
Ooh, Skittles.
Nice. Favorite salty snack?
Ooh, does dishes count? A salty pretzel, a really good one.
All right, breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Which one's your favorite?
Dinner.
What is it and who cooks it?
Dang. You put me on the spot. It's cooked by my mom. I'd say skune. It's a Japanese meatball, and it has really good sauce on it. Yeah.
You know, I asked Nick Horst that question, and he said your mom's macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. So Nick and Jamori came over for Thanksgiving, and they just kind of bombarded my house, but I invited them over. And they destroyed the mac and cheese together.
All right, favorite restaurant?
Sushi Eye.
Okay. Favorite kind of music genre?
Alternative rock.
Really? Would not expect that. Favorite artist or group in alternative rock?
Deftones.
Nice. School-wise, favorite class?
Science. Biology.
Least favorite class?
Math. Just any type of math.
I'm with you on that one, dude. All right, what does the future hold for Mr. Zach Chambers? What are you doing after you graduate in May?
I'm either going to go study biology at SEMO or any of the other schools around here like Butler, or I'm going to study marine science at Stony Brook University, or I'm going to play basketball, either Division II or I.
All right, cool. Shout-out time, man. Who out there would you like to say hi to?
My friend Anthony Awaru. Yeah, he lives in New York. He's one of my best friends. He's really cool. He kind of put me on the right track. He keeps my mind on a level. So yeah, he kind of tells me how to keep my cool during a game and like in life too.
So I'm taking he's going to be watching?
Yeah, he is.
All right, let's move on to basketball. Tell me your thoughts on this season thus far. Just a couple of hiccups. You guys are doing all right.
Yeah, those couple hiccups were kind of bumps in the road, but you know, no one's gonna go undefeated around in such a tough conference like this because on any given night, anything can happen. And we accepted those losses and we learned from them because you learn from your mistakes more than your victories, really. But so far, it's been a great season. Me, Nick, and Jamori have been playing great offensively and defensively, and Stanley's been a rebounding machine, and Chase has controlled the offense great too.
All right, tonight versus East St. Louis, man. I did the game at East St. Louis earlier in the year. That was a dogfight. You expecting the same kind of thing tonight?
Yeah, I always expect a dogfight with our conference teams now, and especially East St. Louis. They play like they really want it always, and it's always going to be a fight when we play them.
All right, Zach Chambers, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight. Good luck in your future.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That is Zach Chambers, number 44 in your program. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw those starters at you and some stats. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! And once again, welcome back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey will be along here in just a moment as we get you ready for this contest between Collinsville and East St. Louis. Here are your starting lineups. By the way, East St. Louis without 2 players tonight. Their best player, Davis Bynum, the 6'8 senior, received a suspension after a little scuffle in the CBC game on Saturday, and Montreal Stacker, the former Kahok, the 6-foot junior, came into the gymnasium tonight with a cast on his arm. So 2 of their top 2 scorers are not going to be here tonight. So that'll leave you with Robert McCline, the 6'2 senior, Arlandius Brown, the 6'4 junior, Taylor Powell, the 6'5 senior, Darion Enlow, the 6'2 senior, and Curtis Bonus, the 6'5 senior. Collinsville starters, they stay the same. Nick Horace, the 6'3 senior, Chase Reynolds, the 5'11 junior, Jamori Weisinger, the 6-foot senior, Stanley Carnahan, the 6'6 junior, and Zach Chambers, the 6'9 senior. We told you during the pregame interview with Zach Chambers, he only needs 2 points to reach 700 for his career. We also have our eyes on a couple of other things. Jamori Weisinger is 3 points away from reaching 900 points for his career, and Nick Horace just needs 34 points to hit 1,000 for his Collinsville Kahok high school career. And Weisinger, by the way, only 8 3-point shots made to tie the record of 87. Weisinger has 79. Richard Keene hit 87 in the 1989-1990 season. So we have our eye on a few different things for you as we get you ready for this one between Collinsville and East St. Louis. And we can tell you that the JV game was won by Collinsville. That was a 63-40 score. Leading scorer was Jace Wilkinson. Evan Wilkinson had 18 points. Jace Wilkinson had 15. DeAndre Brown had 11. And Solomon Talbot had 10 points in that JV win. As we say a very good evening to Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone. How are you, sir?
Happy Friday, Todd. I'm excited. Glad to be in the booth. I've been excited all week. We should see some great basketball here at Virgil Fletcher between 2 very solid Southwest Conference teams.
Curtis Bonus, the 6'5 senior, in the middle of the floor, along with Collinsville 6'9 senior Zach Chambers, ready for the opening tip-off in this one. Collinsville in the white home uniforms, trimmed in purple, numbers in purple, and the word Kahawks written over the fronts of those purple numbers on their jerseys. And Carnahan was trying to flip the ball over to Weisinger, but instead flipped it right over to one of the East St. Louis players. So Collinsville turns the ball over in the first couple of seconds here, and East St. Louis is going to go to work. Here is Enlow. Enlow dribbles and drives off the high glass. No good. Carnahan gets a little revenge and gets the rebound, so Collinsville will begin on offense. East St. Louis Flyers out there in their blue uniforms, trimmed in orange. Numbers are in orange, and they have East on the tops of those numbers and St. Louis on the bottom.
Junior Chase Reynolds, number 4, stops and pops from 15 to give Collinsville a 2-point lead early in this first quarter.
We are very early in quarter number 1, so buckle on in, everybody. This should be a fun one, despite the fact that East St. Louis is missing a couple of their players. Collinsville gets another rebound, and will bring it back up to try to extend the lead. Here is Weisinger. Weisinger over in the corner on the near sideline. Now to Chambers. Chambers just outside the paint, turns around, takes a shot from about 4 feet out, can't get it to fall, and the Flyers end up with the next rebound.
Yeah, Chambers got double teamed there, which is probably going to happen all night since there's a size disadvantage. So look for Chambers to grab the ball and dish it to the open man.
Rebound belongs to East St. Louis on the missed basket. Here comes a 3-point shot. That one rattles but won't fall in. And Collinsville can't seem to find a rebound here for a moment. And then high off the glass, Brown is going to get 2, and Chambers is going to get a foul.
Yeah, Collinsville playing, I know it's early in the game, but a little bit of lazy defense down there, not boxing out. I mean, you know, we're the intensity is going to have to pick up for this Collinsville squad because East St. Louis is definitely bringing speed and energy.
Arlandis Brown at the free throw line, 76% shooter from the charity stripe on the season. 6:35 left to play here in quarter number 1. We're tied at 2, and the Flyers looking to take the lead, and they will on the free throw shot by Brown. So Collinsville brings the ball up court and over to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds on the near sideline, deep at the volleyball stripe. We watched Jamori Weisinger warming up for 3-point shots from that stripe, and he was hitting a bunch.
Yeah, they're denying Jamori the ball right now. They're playing man up on Jamori, full deny defense.
Here is Chambers. Chambers in the paint, gives it up 4, and shot no good. Rebound after the miss by Reynolds and a foul. Chambers is going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was great awareness by Chambers. That's what I mentioned on the last possession. If he's going to get double teamed, somebody's going to be open. That time it was Junior Reynolds. He just happened to miss the shot, but then you've got Chambers there to pick up a rebound, and he earned himself a trip to the free throw line.
Chambers at the free throw line this year, shooting 67%. So he could hit points number 700 with 2 free throws here. There's number 1. He was a good interview.
Yeah, Zach's a great guy. He's well-spoken, just had a good character, good energy, good demeanor.
Yep. And Chambers with his next free throw, and that one swoops on out of there.
Should have been a lane violation.
And a turnover by East St. Louis, and a rattle but won't fall 3-point shot from Horace, and there's Chambers with the putback, and now Zach Chambers over 700 points with those 3, now has 701 for his career.
Yeah, that's the energy we were looking for out of Chambers. He came flying out of nowhere to collect that rebound.
Yeah, he did. So Collinsville ahead 5-3. A brief 1-point lead for East St. Louis. Let's see if Collinsville can just keep the lead for the rest of this game. East St. Louis with the ball on the offensive court. 5.5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. And a dribble drive there by Enlow. Enlow at the top of the key. Carnahan not letting him get much room, and then it bounces off of the foot of, I was going to say that bounced off his knee, and that's what Chambers is trying to tell the referee. It bounced off my knee.
That is exactly right. So that's going to give East St. Louis the ball out at the baseline.
Yeah, sure is. Inbound pass comes in, and they find Powell. Powell, he arches one, and that one's good. And we are tied at 5 without, Powell is actually the leading scorer. Bynum had 277. Powell comes in with 311. So their leading scorer is still out there. And a little slingshot pass over to Horace at the top of the key. Into the paint for Chambers. Chambers gives it up now at the free throw line for Reynolds. Reynolds in a little hurry and a little trouble, and he fires a 60-mile-an-hour underhand pass to Carnahan.
Tried to do too much there.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'd rather him try to do too much and not enough, right?
Yeah, that's true. Collinsville's second turnover. East St. Louis will inbound. Mark Chambers right at the end of that corner over there. Right in front of the man who inbounded it, and that was Brown. And bringing the ball up court here is Enlow. Enlow makes his way over to the near sideline, being watched by Reynolds. And now he wants to direct some traffic. 4:40 left to play here in this opening quarter. At the top of the key is Enlow. Enlow reverses directions, looking for a little room to move into the paint. None there, so he'll give the ball up to Powell. Powell, big, tall, lanky guy. Over onto the left wing and gives the ball up to Brown. Brown, he'll dribble and drive, try to find some room in the paint. Knocks down Weisinger off the glass. Won't go. Tipped around for a minute. And Chase Reynolds comes away with the rebound for Collinsville. Gets it up to, he's got it back.
All over him.
He is. Over to Horace. Horace in front of the East St. Louis bench. Throws it into Chambers. Chambers, one bounce, turn around, shot good.
Nice little left-handed baby hook out of Chambers. Chambers already with 5 points in this first quarter.
East St. Louis brings the ball up across the line. We are halfway through quarter number 1. Tyree Brister, ready to check in at the next opportunity. And that's Darion Enlow 2-pointer, and we're tied at 7 once again. Here is Nick Horace. Horace brings the ball up across the timeline. Gives it up to Carnahan. Carnahan out front now for Reynolds. Reynolds back to Horace for 3. Yes!
And Nicky Tony comes off a high screen. Chase Reynolds gets the assist. Nicky Tony puts Collinsville up 10-7.
3:25 left to play here in this opening quarter. And a shot no good, and the rebound goes out of bounds off of the foot, I believe, of Bonus. As Brister will check into the game now. And the second turnover belongs to East St. Louis as well. So each team with 2 turnovers. Brister comes into the game. He takes the place of Chase Reynolds, and Brister brings it up across the line. Gives it up to Horace. Horace in the perimeter, kicked it back over to Carnahan. Carnahan with those little patented 8-foot jump shots. Nice rebound by Brister. Back over to Carnahan, who gives it up to Chambers. He's triple teamed. Horace open for 3 again. That one's a little too strong, and this time the rebound belongs to the Flyers.
Yeah, good ball movement. Tyree Brister gave us a second chance there, but East St. Louis will take the ball the other way.
Here is McCline. McCline turns the ball over. Collinsville brings it back up, and now we're going to have a foul as Brister was tugged on as he was bringing the ball up into the offensive half court.
Yeah, credit number 3 senior Nick Horace for that forcing that turnover. And then, as usual, Brister comes down a million miles an hour. Yeah. And their only chance they had was to just grab a hold of him.
Robert McCline picks up that foul, his first, team second. So Collinsville will inbound. They'll do so right at the beginning of the bench for East St. Louis, right at the end of that scorer's table. And Carnahan will do the honors. And he'll throw it in, and then it'll be tipped right back out by East St. Louis.
Darren Lee not happy with Junior Carnahan right now, the way he's taking care of the basketball, so he'll get a chance to think it over. Chase Reynolds will come back into the ball game to be the trigger man.
Yep. Normally when Brister comes off the bench first, Carnahan's the first one he replaces. Here is Chambers, turns around over the head of, I don't know who 23 is.
East St. Louis so far does not have an answer for Zach Chambers in the paint, so they're going to have to make an adjustment. It's going to be a long night and probably a high score tally for Mr. Chambers.
I think there's like 14 guys on the roster for East St. Louis. None of them are any shorter than 6 foot tall. We got a couple of 5'11" and 5'8" guys on our team, but East St. Louis does not have that. Collinsville picks up a rebound, brings it back up. Here is Reynolds. Reynolds in the perimeter, now at the free throw line, gives it up. Weisinger, top of the key for 3, yes!
Jamori finally got himself open. They've been denying him the ball, and that's going to force East St. Louis to take a timeout.
So our first timeout taken during game action. We will step aside. A 60-second timeout coming your way, and we'll be back after a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a new place to catch the game with a cold drink and some great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all of the pro sports across the spectrum, and all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. We have 2 minutes left to play here in this opening quarter, 15-7 in favor of Collinsville. And here comes Enlow. Enlow, he'll give the ball up to Powell. Powell looks over to his bench. Chambers said something to him. Powell drives just outside the paint, takes the shot, no good. Rebound belongs to East St. Louis, and the whistle is going to belong to East St. Louis as well. Collinsville's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, big Solomon Talbot had a guy blocked out and took an elbow to the back. Pretty good call.
Sanders. Nayland Sanders, the 6'4 senior, comes off the bench and commits a foul. And that turns into the 4th turnover for East St. Louis. Here is Horace, fires the ball over to Weisinger. Weisinger being guarded by McCline. Gets it into Solomon Talbot. Talbot hit double digits in that JV game. Turns around, a little hook shot off the glass, won't fall. Looking like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out there.
Look like Kareem. That was awesome.
And a 3-point shot by East St. Louis misses the mark. They get their own rebound and take it all the way back out. Powell deep out onto that left wing. And makes his way over to the right side. Throws it over into the sideline. Little spin move there, and Sanders dumps it back off. Shot from down low by Powell won't go. He gets another rebound. Now we're going to have a foul.
Late whistle. Letting them kind of play down there. That's what Darren's talking to the referee. He said you waited to see if the ball was going to go in or not before you called a whistle.
Foul against Nick Horace. That's his first, team 3rd. And to the free throw line, Taylor Powell. Powell on the year, 54% from the free throw line. So his 311 points, not a lot of them came from the charity stripe.
No, he missed the mark there off to the left. So we'll see what he can do on his second attempt here.
And he will miss the second one. And how about a nice rebound there by the 6'11 junior Solomon Talbot.
Yeah, giving Zach Chambers some valuable rest on the bench right now.
Yeah. Here is Horace, gets it up to Reynolds. Reynolds on the left wing, near sideline. Takes it a little bit farther out toward midcourt, starts back the other way. He's being watched big time by Sanders. Out to Horace. Horace over to Brister. Brister in the paint, and count the bucket and the bruise.
Yes, sir. The shortest man on the court by far gets a bucket in the paint, draws the foul.
Robert McCline picks up his second. Carnahan will check back into the game. He'll take the place of who? Did Chambers come back in real quick?
No.
Okay. Horace is going out. I'm like, wait a minute. We got six guys on the floor.
We got too many guys out there,
Yeah.
right.
And now another exchange going on as Orlandis Brown checks back in.
Solomon thought he was coming
Yeah.
out. That's what happened, but then he came back on the court, knew we had 6 guys, so we'll give Nicky Tony a breather.
Yeah, why not?
Wow.
Tyree Brister at the free throw line, 69% free throw shooter, and he sinks the only one he's going to be allowed to throw in that sequence. We're down to the final 30 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter, 18-7 in favor of Collinsville. 3-point shot by East St. Louis, and now they are 0 for 4 from beyond the 3-point stripe. 25 seconds, but they do get their own rebound, and a little hook shot won't go. Rebound again, and that one will fall in.
Had too many offensive rebounds given up by Collinsville. Even though we're up in this quarter, we've got to get a little bit bigger on the defensive glass.
Here is Weisinger. Weisinger at the midcourt logo here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Brings the ball up, bounces it, and traveled.
He did travel. He shuffled his feet. That'll go down as a turnover, so Collinsville's going to have to defend for 4.3 seconds, which are left here in this first period.
Defend they will, and they get the ball in, and here is Sanders. Sanders, a 3-point shot right before the buzzer, and it took that for East St. Louis to finally make a 3-pointer, and boy, it couldn't have come at a better time if you're a Flyers fan. That is the end of one. 18-12 in favor of Collinsville. Quarter number 2 comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. 8 minutes in the books, 8 more on the board as we are ready to begin quarter number 2. Collinsville with a 6-point lead, 18-12. Zach Chambers with 7 of those 18 points. And a big 3-point shot there at the end of that quarter by Sanders to get East St. Louis a little bit closer. They were going to be stuck at single digits after one quarter of play if it wasn't for that shot. So we'll go to work here in quarter number 2. East St. Louis will get the ball to start off this second quarter. And the inbound pass will be triggered by Orlandis Brown. Trying to get it into the backcourt to Enlow, I'm going to imagine here, but Brister is standing right next to Enlow. We'll see how that works out. Brister, the steal specialist. Into the backcourt it goes. And here is Brister following Enlow the whole way. And they get the ball up into the hands of Powell. Powell kicks it outside. Another 3-point try coming. That one's a little too short. And East St. Louis, they're missing a lot of 3-pointers, but they're getting their rebounds, and Brister almost got a steal. Oh, no.
Oh, boy, that's unfortunate. They're letting him play. Nicky Tony looks like he got a clean pick. Might have had a chance at his first dunk of the season. And the young referee in the backcourt says, no, sir, you got him on the arm. So that ball will go back to East St. Louis, out of bounds about the hash mark.
Second foul for Horace. We're just underway here in quarter number 2. 18-12, and a ball that's loose. Who wants it? East St. Louis got it. I think it touched about everybody's hands on the court except for the guys that were outside the perimeter.
Hot potato.
And Brister trying for another steal, but Enlow was able to save him off, and Enlow takes a shot, and it gets a couple of bounces, and it's in for 2 more. Now Enlow with 4, and back to a 4-point lead for Collinsville. Here is Brister across the timeline, far side sideline, in front of the scorer's table. Looking around, looking for a little help, and finds it in the form of Nick Horace.
Yeah, Collinsville's trying to run Jamori Weisinger off double screens on the baseline to get him open, and he's about wore out just trying to get open.
No look pass into Chambers. One bounce in the paint, takes the shot, and can't get it to go. Carnahan got the hand on the ball first, but East St. Louis ends up picking up the rebound, and there's that steal I was talking about. Brister will go in all the way. Good for 2.
Tyree, my man, Brister, making things happen as usual, Todd.
Here is Powell. Powell into the corner. Will back it up to Sanders. He hit a 3-pointer there at the end of the quarter, and no good on that one, but the rebound and the putback is good by Bones.
Yeah, more points off of offensive rebounds out of East St. Louis. That's really what's keeping them in this game so far.
I took a pause there to hear Chad Berger say his name because I wasn't sure if it was Bonus or Bones. So Bones it is. There's a shot by Horace. Won't go, and the rebound somehow or another finds Brister. Here's Jamori Weisinger for 3 from way downtown. No good. And the rebound this time belongs to East St. Louis. Flyers, they bring it back up. Here's a little fingertip roll that falls in for Powell. Powell now at 6 points, and the Flyers are back to within 2.
Yeah, Collinsville giving up some easy points. I'm telling you, Jamori is exhausted just from trying to get open right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Here is Carnahan. Horace for 3. Yes!
Great shot by number 3, Nicky Tony. Puts Collinsville up by 5 with 5:32 left.
2 3-pointers for Horace, accounts for his 6 points, 23-18 in favor of Collinsville. 5:25 left to play here in this second quarter, and a dribble drive, and then the ball comes out after a player hit the ground, poked away by Carnahan, but no one there to pick it up. Carnahan pokes it away again, and now we're going to have a hurt player on the ground, so we're going to have Amanda Bauer come and check on him, and while that happens, we'll go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Darion Enlow was the hurt East St. Louis Flyer, but he got up and got off under his own power. We're always happy to see that. And we are back to action as we approach 5 minutes left to play here in this second quarter. Here is McCline. He'll give the ball up, and a little feed off the glass, and that one will rattle home for Brown. And Brown now has 5 points. It's a 3-point lead for Collinsville. And we're just under 5 minutes to play here in this second quarter. Here is Brister. Brister comes up across the midcourt logo right at the bottom of it and settles in the slot. Gives it up for Weisinger, who will launch a 3 right off the bat, and it rattles in.
Man, he had to run a quarter mile just to get himself open, but he made good on the bucket. He actually shot a jump shot from the V on Virgil Fletcher from about 24 feet.
Yeah, he knows now that if he's going to get a 3-pointer, he's going to have to shoot it immediately after he gets it.
Yeah, too much easy buckets in the paint out of Collinsville. They're going to have to tidy up the defense on the west end of the floor.
Weisinger, another 3-point shot. That one's no good. Zach Chambers, he'll pick up the rebound. Gives it up now for Evan Wilkinson for another 3-point shot. That one falls just a little bit long, and the rebound again belongs to East St. Louis. Right now the Flyers out-rebounding Collinsville 14-9.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, you're dealing with really good athletes on an East St. Louis team, right? So it is tough to contain, but you know, rebounding is one thing, but we got to quit giving up the easy points in the lane, you know, in the paint.
Brister will go out, and Nick Horace is back in. East St. Louis inbounds the ball into the backcourt once again, and that is Darian Enlow. Nice to see him back out there after hitting the floor hard down there a little bit earlier. At the free throw line, he'll give it up to Powell. That was Brown. Now Powell with it. Powell into the paint. Chambers got in his way, but the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Second rebound belongs to Collinsville. K-Hawks bring it back up. Here is Chase Reynolds. Reynolds comes over here near sideline left wing. Gives it up now for Horace. Horace being watched closely by Enlow. Gives it back up to Reynolds. Reynolds on the left wing. Out on the elbow. Top of the key. Weisinger for three. Nothing but net.
Well, baby, Jamori's found a way to get himself open. He's had 4 looks here in the last few minutes, and he's made good on 2 of them. That's a big bucket out of Weisinger.
Oh, get that out of here, says Zach Chambers. Yeah.
Much better defense in the paint the last 2 possessions.
3-pointers by Weisinger here, so now he's just 5 away from tying the record set back in 1989-1990 by Richard Keene of 87 3-pointers made. So that will give young Mr. Weisinger 82 on the year.
And he's in second place currently, isn't he, from last year? So he may break his record and Rich's record.
Could be.
Or his second place mark, I should say.
Oh, and almost a steal by Weisinger, but he slipped down and fell and couldn't push the ball forward. Here is East St. Louis at the free throw line. Throw it into the corner for Brown. Brown brings it back out front now for Powell. Powell, he slips, and I think they're going to call Carnahan for a foul.
Yeah, Collinsville student section not happy with that call, but it doesn't matter how happy they are because that is going to give Eastside the ball out over just in front of Coach Darren Lee.
Well, Powell slipped. You saw his feet slip out from under him, and I don't think it was because Carnahan touched him. I think he just slipped. 2:52 left to play here in quarter number 2. And got to get a towel to wipe off the ball. See, something was wet out there. I don't think Carnahan did anything wrong.
Coach Clay Smith, the athletic director, was halfway out on the floor pointing at something over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what he saw.
Into the backcourt it goes to Powell. Powell will begin to move his way forward. Collinsville's up by 7. Here is Powell. He lost the ball, and now we're going to have another foul called against Chase Reynolds.
Oh, I don't know, man. They're getting pretty nitpicky out there on our guards now. They've let them play.
Yeah.
Pretty much so far, and a little tic-tac here.
So now the inbound pass will come offset to the right of the basket that belongs to East St. Louis. Comes into Brown. Brown over on the right wing will back it all the way up to midcourt, and he'll give the ball up now to Powell. Powell over on the right side. He'll make his move and lost the ball again. Powell can't hang on to the ball. That one's going to belong to Collinsville. 6th turnover for East St. Louis. And the last 3 times that Powell has touched the ball, he slipped. And the last 2 times he's lost the ball. The last time they got lucky to get it back. This time not so much. Reynolds inbounds to Carnahan. Carnahan on the run, gives it to Horace. Horace will settle up over there on that right side, far side sideline, and then he'll bring it back out. Weisinger, top of the key. Not a 3-point shot, but the rebound belongs to Carnahan. Gets it into Reynolds. Reynolds underhands. Horace for 3. Oh, that was just a little bit off the inside of the rim. And this time the rebound belongs to East St. Louis, and we have another whistle.
Yeah, Chase Reynolds knocked the ball out of East St. Louis's hands, and he thought it might have, he might get regained possession, but I think Chase knocked it out, so here comes Eastside. Headed towards the west side of the Virgil Fletcher gym.
Here is Enlow. Enlow, he'll cross the timeline as we approach 2:05 left to play here in this first half. Woods Basement Systems halftime show will come up right at the end of the half. Powell with it. Free throw line. Trying to get around Chambers. Waits him out a little bit, but Chambers held his ground and picks up the rebound. Collinsville brings it back up. Weisinger in front of the East St. Louis bench. Gives it up for Reynolds off the glass. Good for 2.
Man, nice dish by senior Weisinger to junior Reynolds. Off the glass, good for 2, puts Collinsville up 31-22.
Here is Enlow. Enlow will fire it over to the wing for Sanders. Into the corner it goes to Powell. Powell gives it back up for Sanders. Sanders trying to find room to move into the paint, but Carnahan cut him off big time. Now Powell, top of the key, 3-point shot, no good. Carnahan there with the rebound, and the K-Hawks bring it back up. 1:20 to go here in the second quarter. 31-22 in favor of the K-Hawks. Here is Chase Reynolds. Reynolds at the top of the key, feed for Weisinger. Oh, blocked out of there. They're going to.
That should be a goaltend.
Goaltending.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to that last possession, Stan Carnahan had a little bit of a rough start, but man, he has come alive. He's been all over the place here the last 10-ish minutes or so.
30-second timeout called by East St. Louis. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well, and we will be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey with you as we are approaching the final minute left to play here in quarter number 2. And Weisinger and Chambers have both hit milestones here tonight. Chambers now over 700 points as a Kahawk, and Weisinger over 900. And now Jamori just needs 5 more three-pointers to tie the all-time record for most three-pointers made in one season. By the way, Nick Horace has already got 6 points, so he's getting closer to 1,000 points. Three-point shot, that one's good by McCline, and McCline gets his first bucket of the night. That brings them back to within 8. We're down to the final 35 seconds. Here is Reynolds. Reynolds at the half-court stripe. Cuts across the logo and gives it up for Carnahan. Carnahan all the way out at the scorer's table from Weisinger. You know, if there wasn't a guy in front of him, he would have shot it from there.
You're right. You'd shoot it from behind the scorer's table.
Here is Brister. He stands in the headdress of the logo at midcourt. As time ticks away, Coach Lee giving some directions while everybody's standing still. Under 10 to go. Here is Tyree Brister. Brister, 5 seconds to go. Brister had the ball knocked out of his hands, and he'll have to hurry, and a little floater won't fall in. Chambers at the buzzer, tried to put back in the rebound, but it just would not fall. Oh, no, not a bad first quarter.
Should have been goaltending. I think they got their hand on that ball above the rim, but no, great first half of basketball.
All right, time now for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville. All things basementy. Woods Basement Systems, working to keep homes dry since 1986. Give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters at 618-708-4055. Woods Basement System halftime show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family-owned and operated by former Kahawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured. From earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
And we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. It is halftime. Collinsville leads by 8, 33-25. Collinsville led by 6 after one quarter. 18-12 was the score after one quarter of play. Collinsville outscored East St. Louis 15-13 in quarter number 2 to stretch that 6-point lead to the current 8-point lead. Leading scorer in this one is Jamori Weisinger. He has 11 points on the strength of 3 3-point shots made. After that, Zach Chambers has 7, Nick Horace has 6, 5 for Tyree Brister, and 4 for Chase Reynolds. Leading scorer for East St. Louis is Taylor Powell with 8, 5 points for Arlandius Brown. 4 points belongs to Darion Enlow, 3 each for Nealon Sanders and Robert McCline, and Curtis Bones has 2 points. Rebound battle being won by East St. Louis, but it's close, 16-14 in favor of the Flyers. Flyers have turned the ball over 6 times, Collinsville 3 times. And from the lines, Collinsville 5 of 10 from beyond the 3-point stripe, while East St. Louis has hit 2 of 7. And from the free throw lines, each team has taken 3 shots. Collinsville has made 2 of theirs. East St. Louis has made 1. And a reminder, the JV game, that was won by Collinsville as well. 63-40 was the final score. And all of the scoring took place by the 4 individuals who ended up into double digits. And that would be Evan Wilkinson with 18 points, Jace Wilkinson with 15 points, DeAndre Brown had 11, Solomon Talbot had 10, and A.J. Main had 12. So all 5 into double digits, and those were the only 5 that ended up scoring. So that was a nice little JV win there by the younger Kahawks. That's going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. And again, if you have water in your house that you don't want in your house, which who does except for the faucet and the bathrooms, you know, tub and stuff like that, you give Woods Basement Systems a call at their Collinsville location. That number, 618-708-4055. Second half action comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, or live at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you for this one between Collinsville and East St. Louis. It's alumni night here at the old Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Everybody was asked to stand up if they are an alum of Collinsville High School, and I would say that probably 35% at least stood up here and gave the crowd a wave. So nice to see all of the former Kahawks coming back in and taking in a basketball game. A lot of these folks, of course, live here still, and they come here to almost every game. All right, we are ready to go, and we are underway in quarter number 3. Jamori Weisinger with the ball. Into the backcourt, crosses the logo, and brings it up and gives to Chase Reynolds over on the right wing. Reynolds has the ball knocked out of his hands, gets it back, though, gives it up to Carnahan. Carnahan, baseline, throws it all the way back out, but that's going to be knocked out of bounds by East St. Louis, so Collinsville will reset that offense. 33-25, that is our score. Here is the inbound pass, comes into Weisinger. Weisinger out toward the top of the key, will move into the slot, gives it up to Carnahan. Carnahan on the left wing to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds gives it up for Horace, and now we're going to have a foul called away from the play. And it's going to be against East St. Louis, and I think, we don't have a number 1 because he's not playing tonight. We're going to call that one against Brown. That'll be his second. I only saw the one hand go up with the number 1. I didn't see the fist. Ladius Brown picks up a foul. Weisinger almost lost his feet. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds on the line. Takes the shot. No good. Tipped initially by Carnahan, but he couldn't hold on to it. And East St. Louis will bring the ball up, looking to score the first points here in this second half. Over for Enlow for 3. Enlow hits the inside of the rim. Carnahan, he'll pull down the rebound, and we'll head back the other way. Here is Chase Reynolds. Reynolds settles in over on the left wing, picks up his dribble, and he'll give it over to Weisinger. Weisinger in front of the scorer's table. He'll start his move forward, and he does that little head move, and that means that Robert McCline is going to get called for a foul. That'll be his third, and all of a sudden East St. Louis is up to 2 fouls here to start off quarter number 3. So the inbound pass will come right at the beginning of the Kahok bench where Coach Lee usually sits, but he doesn't sit very often, and that one's going to get thrown away. That was over the head of Zach Chambers. It's not very possible most of the time to throw the ball over Chambers' head, but he did that time.
You'd have to throw it up a long way, wouldn't you?
Yeah, from the sideline to the baseline is where that one went. So here comes Enlow. Neither team has scored during the first minute, 15 seconds of quarter number 3. East St. Louis trying to be the first one to do that. They give the ball up to McCline. McCline turns the ball over. Back the other way we go, and then we have a whistle, and then we have a travel. So how about a 3-second exchange of turnovers?
That happened in a hurry, didn't it?
Sure did.
Collinsville coming out, made the last turnover, so East St. Louis get the ball out on the baseline here. Finds themselves down 8 points with 6:40 left in the third period.
Enlow will trigger the inbound pass. Looking and throwing it all the way back out to midcourt. Picked off by Horace, and we'll head back the other way. Here's Weisinger, wide open for 3. Good.
Boy, Jamori Weisinger just keeps putting tallies next to that three-point category, Todd.
Yep, now has 4, so he needs 4 more to tie the all-time record set by Richard Keene in the 1989-1990 season of 87. Here's a 3-point try to answer. That one's a little short, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. K-Hawks bring the ball back up. Here is Weisinger, comes in, could have been a charging foul, but no call on the play. Collinsville gets the rebound, and a throw into Horace, off the glass, good for 2.
Yes, sir, there's Junior Stanley Carnahan making things happen again. Gets the rebound, dishes to Nick Horace, and that causes East St. Louis to call a timeout.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time calling that timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back here in 60 seconds on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Looking for a more upscale place to have a few drinks and some great food? Look no further than the Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville. Come inside for some one-of-a-kind crafted cocktails and some elevated bar food that highlights fresh ingredients. Then, try your luck in the private slot machine room. And don't forget to check out the Speakeasy sister company, Plan Shop Live, just 3 doors down. Plan Shop Live is a health-focused lunch cafe open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 3. Speakeasy Parlor, 2713 North Center Street in Maryville. Open 7 days a week with happy hour specials during the week from 5 to 7 p.m. Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville, 618-205-3540.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and the good doctor, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Collinsville scores the first 5 points of this third quarter. East St. Louis looking for that first basket. That's why Chambers called a timeout.
That's exactly right. And while we wait on the guys to come out on the floor.
That's what you get for eating popcorn when you're trying to have a microphone on, man.
I want to give a big shout out to dedicated K-Hawk fan, Zach Fudo, that's listening in. He listens to watches every football game, every basketball game.
They just announced that Zach Chambers has gone over 700 points for his career, and Jamari's over 900. Got a nice little standing ovation for both of those players. Yes, sir. Dump it off underneath and off the glass, no good, and the rebound is put back by Andrew Bowens. He'll get his first 2 points of this game, the 6'5 senior. Makes the first 2 points here for East St. Louis in the second half. Weisinger gives it up now for Reynolds. Reynolds out onto the right wing, top of the key now for Brister. Brister has plenty of room to shoot a 3 if he wishes to, but he really doesn't like to take those 3s too much.
No, I think in a game like this, you want to take high percentage shots.
There you go.
And there's one right there.
Sure is.
6'9" in the paint from 1.5 feet away is about as high percentage as you get.
Chambers now up to 9 points. East St. Louis almost turned the ball over again, and Reynolds and Brister out there trying to cause all kinds of problems. Here's Brown. He almost lost the ball, and now it is out of bounds, and that'll be turnover number 9 for East St. Louis.
Yeah, credit Collinsville's guards are really pressuring East St. Louis's guards, which is a little bit of a script flipped, right? The Skyringer point says pressure our guards.
Yeah.
And here we are pressuring their guards, so I like to see that.
Collinsville will inbound the ball. Carnahan will slowly walk down to the baseline.
Yeah,
the referee was late bringing him the ball anyway.
Plenty of time left in the game, but, Collinsville's happy to slow this thing down, eat up some clock, baby.
And Chambers is going to find the loose ball. to Weisinger. Weisinger in front of his own bench. Moves back toward the sideline and gives it up now for Chambers in the paint. Offset. Can't get it to go. Rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Flyers bring it back up. Here is Enlow. Enlow almost lost the ball again. Turns around, takes the shot just outside the paint. Good for 2.
Yeah, Enlow did a good job of keeping control of that basketball. I thought he dribbled it off his foot at one point, but, man, he covered it up and made good on that possession.
Collinsville up by 11, 40-29, 4:20 to go. Here in quarter number 3, Brister to Carnahan. He waits. Nice patience by Carnahan for his first 2 points of this game.
Carnahan pump faked 2 guys right out of the gym on that one.
Yep. Here is Enlow. Gets it into the corner for McCline. McCline takes a 3-point shot. That swoops right out of there. And the ball got stuck in between the legs of Zach Chambers there for a minute.
He caught it with his knees.
Sure did. Here is Horace, and Horace, a dipsy doodle shot works for 2.
Quit it. They knocked that ball all the way down to his ankles, and he forced it up high off the glass. Good for 2, and he makes a flex coming down the court.
We're seeing some crazy stuff going on with this basketball today.
That's for sure.
Here is Powell after another little couple of bounces off some arms belonging to the K-Hawks. Back out to the top of the key. Powell dribbles, drives, and he's fouled. 2 shots coming up, and those are going to go against Stanley Carnahan. It'll be his second foul.
Well, everybody in the gym knew that he was going to shoot that basketball. He grabbed that ball, and he just swooshed everybody out of the way and just
parted the seas. At the free throw line, Powell went 0 for 2 in the first half from the charity stripe, and not going to happen this time around. He'll hit the first one.
Yeah, Powell, big, long, strong, athletic-looking player.
Looks taller than 6'5", doesn't he?
He does.
And he misses the next one. And the rebound knocked around, but it's going to belong to East St. Louis. They'll bring it out, top of the key. Another shot from there. That one misses everything. And then nice little heads-up play there by Brown. He shot it right off of the shin of Weisinger.
It was pretty athletic, man. He went out of bounds, jumped, turned around, and threw the ball all at the same time.
Yeah. Enlow to inbound. Does so to Brown. Brown underneath the basket. Can't get it to go. And get that out of here. Collinsville finds the loose ball. K-Hawks bring it up. Almost turned it over, too. Here is Brister, and now they will turn it over. Tried to bounce that into the paint to Carnahan, but there was too many guys wearing the blue out there. 3-point shot, no good. And the rebound again belongs to East St. Louis. And Brown will put it back up and in.
Yeah, more offensive rebounds for Eastside. Now they're going to pick up a little four-court pressure here.
Things are moving kind of quick out there,
I was going to say, Brister's happy to slow this thing down.
Yeah. Over to Horace in front of his bench. Horace to Chambers. Chambers just outside the lane. Now he's in the paint. Turns around, uses the glass. Good for 2 more.
Man, oh, man. That was a nice kiss off the – I mean, he was darn near at the baseline and still went off the glass. Good for 2. That puts Chambers up to 14 on the night.
Chambers has 11. You looked at the wrong number.
Oh.
Oh. Collinsville trying to turn the ball over again.
Yeah, that should go Collinsville's way.
Reynolds will check back into the game. He'll take the place of Carnahan. And back into the game for East St. Louis is Nealon Sanders. Inbound pass going to be triggered on the near sideline by Weisinger.
Weisinger has 14.
Yes.
It was my fault.
Yeah. 44-5. I can see how you make that mistake.
About the same size anyway.
Sure. Here's Brister. Brister had that ball knocked away, and East St. Louis trying to turn it into points, and that they will. And by Sanders. Sanders did a nice. He poked that ball away from Brister the way Brister does that to everybody else.
I was going to say a little taste of his own medicine,
yeah.
right?
Well, Brister will get the ball back. We're down to 1:45 left to play here in this third quarter, and a dump off to Chambers doesn't find him, but Brister finds it, and Reynolds will shoot it. Chambers rebound, and not going to fall, but Chambers will go to the line.
Yeah, nice offensive board from Mr. Chambers, and got double teamed on the way back up, so that'll put him at the charity stripe.
Brown picks up his third team foul, or his third and the third team foul. Back to the free throw line is Zach Chambers, went 1 for 2 from the charity stripe in the first half. Matter of fact, that was our first point of the game. And good.
Collinsville back up 13 with 1:38 left in the third quarter.
Three seniors are in double digits.
Carnahan back in the game. Mickey Tony gets a little break. Darren doing a good job, Coach Darren Lee, of giving our guys some breathers. I mean, you get in a track meet with Eastside out there.
Oh, yeah.
Take a little wind out of you.
Oh, yeah, and it has been a track meet, man. These guys have been running up and down the floor all night.
That's right.
Chambers can't finish the second one, so there's a, what happened there?
He stepped on the line before he threw the ball back in, so it's going to be out of bounds on East St. Louis. Collinsville will get the ball out. Nicky Tony back in the game. Brister's going to have a seat. Look for Nick to be our trigger man.
Yeah, I thought for a minute they were calling it the other way. My bad. And Carnahan got the ball knocked out of his hands, but Nick Horace, he'll find it and bring it back up at the free throw line. Stops. And all the way back out to midcourt for Weisinger, who jumped about 12 feet in the air to snag that one.
Sure did. Nick tried his high post step through, and Eastside wasn't going for it, so he had to get rid of it.
There is Horace, gives it up to Reynolds. Reynolds into the paint, dumps off a no-look pass to Carnahan. That's the second time Carnahan has made people miss by just hesitating for just a moment.
He's got that ball fake working, doesn't he?
Sure does. Here is Sanders. Sanders into the paint. Hook shot. Nope. Chambers said, not in my house, buddy. But the three-point shot on the outside falls in for Brown.
Yeah, that's a big bucket for Eastside because this game was, close to getting out of hand.
12-point lead for Collinsville. They'll throw it across the line to Reynolds. Reynolds will bring it up and then back it up. Here is Chase Reynolds once again making his move at the free throw line. He'll underhand it to Carnahan. Carnahan just hands the ball off now to Weisinger. Weisinger double teamed in the corner, left alone, baseline shot, good for two.
Oh, man, he put the brakes on. I thought his feet were going to go out from underneath him.
It looked like they were for a minute.
He kind of shoves that ball in the air, and it found the bottom of the net in a hurry.
And they're going to call a foul. I thought he traveled.
They're going to call a reach on
Carnahan.
Chase Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, Carnahan.
Oh, they called it on Carnahan?
Yeah, that's his third.
Boy.
17.2 seconds to go. Solomon and Brister are going to check back in. Going to have both of our bigs out there, I think. Yep, okay, so Reynolds and Horace will go off. And the 6'9 Chambers and the 6'11 Talbot will try to prevent East St. Louis from scoring. Inbound pass comes all the way back out into the slot and into the hands of Powell. Powell dribbles and drives and almost blocked by Chambers, but Powell just got the ball around him. And with 7 seconds left, Collinsville has enough time to bring it up court for a chance. Here is Brister. Brister at the buzzer. Big long three and just off to the left-hand side, and that's the way quarter number 3 comes to a close. 51-39 in favor of Collinsville. Quarter number 4 comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 3 quarters in the books as we arrive to the fourth quarter. Collinsville up by 12, 51-39. Collinsville outscored East St. Louis in that third quarter, 18-14. And the Kahawks went from a 6-point lead after 1 to an 8-point lead after 2, and now a 12-point lead after 3. East St. Louis will inbound the ball, and they want to do it into the backcourt, and Tyree Brister tried to go for the steal, but instead he picks up a foul, and that'll be his first.
Yeah, when you go for that many picks, you know what I mean, you're going to risk having those fouls called, so I'm not mad at that. He's just trying to make some things happen.
He's always trying to make things happen.
I love it.
Dude has a motor. He has a motor that won't stop.
He's stuck in 5th gear, and I love it.
Probably runs in his sleep. And a ball knocked out of bounds by Collinsville. We'll start all over again.
Collinsville still in a man defense, trying to pack the lane and make Eastside beat him from the outside. Eastside likes to penetrate an awful lot, and they're doing a good job of it.
There is Powell into the paint, and blocked shot by Chambers. You heard Burgess. Blocked shot!
Chambers blocks it off of Tyree's back. It goes out of bounds.
Burgess is excited, that's for sure. Comes all the way into Brown. Brown toward the scorer's table. One dribble, he'll pick it up and give it to Powell. Powell at the top of the key. Dribbles, drives into the paint, and gets the fingertip roll.
Yeah, that's that penetration. I mean, that's their game right now, so it's tough to contain athletes, but that's the idea for Collinsville's man defense.
Brister high off the glass, good for 2 more.
Oh, man, I think he put that one off the shot clock.
It looks like it, huh? Here once again is Powell. Powell out over onto that right wing. Spin move, free throw line, shot, no good. Carnahan with the rebound for Collinsville. Up to Nick Horace. Collinsville now has the lead in rebounds, 21-20.
I would imagine you're going to see Collinsville go to 5 out pretty soon, and here it is.
There's Horace, back at the logo. He'll dribble, he'll drive, he'll shoot, he'll miss it, and the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Here's Powell again. Powell outside, 3-point try. That was a miss, and a putback by Powell after the missed 3-point shot. Didn't hit anything except Powell's hands.
Yeah, another offensive reboard. You know, they've had so many buckets off second chance points against us here.
Here is Brister. 10-point contest. Collinsville leading 53-43. 6:15 to go here in quarter number 4. Free throw line shot by Horace. That one won't fall in. And the rebound again belongs to Powell and East St. Louis. They'll bring it up. Here is McCline. McCline, he'll launch a 3-point shot. That one's on the inside, and no foul was called.
We got away with it.
Yep. Carnahan pulls down another rebound. Here is Nick Horace. Horace up to the midcourt stripe to Brister. Chase Reynolds sitting there at the front of the scorer's table wanting to check back in. Brister brings it up. He had his hand held the whole way. And Carnahan will give it back to Tyree. And Brister will make his way back out to midcourt, being watched there closely by Inlow. Here is Brister. Brister drives and then kicks back out. Collinsville just trying to waste some time now. Here is Chambers. Zach outside the lane, turns around and had that one partially blocked. Falls down into the hands of one of the Flyers. 8th turnover for Collinsville. And here comes Inlow. Inlow will be fouled, and we're going to have a blocking foul called against Nick Horace. That'll be his 3rd.
Yeah, Nick tried to sell it as a charge, but he had his feet moving a little bit. He just wasn't set. So Collinsville's had 3 possessions with no buckets here, and they've allowed Eastside to kind of crawl back into this thing. So next couple minutes are going to be really pivotal in this game for both teams.
Inlow at the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's a 58% free throw shooter, and he'll be shooting 2. I don't know what that sound is.
Sounded like a Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
Yeah, something like that.
There's been a spotting in the student section.
I thought it was an owl getting his wing tugged. First one was good for Inlow, and we're back down to single digits in the deficit department for East St. Louis. They trail by 9. Inlow, one more shot coming from the charity stripe for him. And that one comes out.
That should have been over the back
with
foul.
the rebound, and the ball on the ground, and now picked up by East St. Louis, and Coach Chambers calls a timeout while his guy had the ball on the floor, and that's going to send us to another timeout as well. And a 30-second timeout comes your way right now on the Kahok Sports Network.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street,
or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit BenjaminFEdwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Once again, welcome back to Collinsville High School. Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where we are located. 5:14 left on the clock here in quarter number 4. Collinsville has a 9-point lead, and East St. Louis inbounds the ball into the backcourt and finds Powell. He'll bring the ball up, and just outside the lane, tries to take a shot, but we're going to have another foul call. This one's going to go against Chase Reynolds. That'll be his second.
Yeah, Collinsville's going to have a little more help, what we call help side defense awareness, where we're sagging off and we're ready for the dribble drive. And we know that East St. Louis is going to penetrate, and we just let them go one-on-one there.
Powell, 1 for 4 tonight from the free throw line, and that one's true. Collinsville, that's their third foul here in this fourth quarter already. So they're in jeopardy of sending East St. Louis to the free throw line here at every foul after that real soon. They don't be careful. And that one misses. Rebound belongs to Chambers. Gets it up to Reynolds. He'll cut over here to the near sideline. Had it poked out, but they poked it right to Tyree Brister. Reynolds had no idea anyone was coming behind him. Almost stepped out of bounds. Little underhand shove to Reynolds. Reynolds dumps there. Wow.
Yeah, crowd wanting a foul. I mean, I'm with you, Todd.
Yeah.
Like, they've called 3 fouls on us, and we're getting pretty much manhandled down there, and there's just no help. So you can't rely on that. But there's got to be some awareness.
Yeah, there's some grumpy folks in the crowd right now.
Absolutely. Well, and you're also frustrated because we haven't scored in about 4 minutes.
Yeah. Here is Enlow. Enlow gets the ball to Powell. Looking for some room. Kicks it outside for Sanders. Sanders uses Powell as a screen. Goes into the paint. Kind of walked there, didn't he?
I think so.
The rebound belongs to Collinsville. They'll get it up to Weisinger, and then he gets tripped up.
Man. Come on, buddy.
Timeout going to be called by Collinsville, and I think that's more so Coach Lee can yell at some referees more than anything.
Oh, boy.
At any rate, we have a timeout on the floor, so we'll step aside for a moment as well. Back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying isn't fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 4:27 left to go. It seems like an eternity that we have left here in this game, and Collinsville is kind of stuck in quicksand right now.
Yeah, they have missed a couple shots, had a couple turnovers, committing some fouls. So Collinsville has really gone stagnant here in the first part of this fourth quarter. They're going to have to start making some things happen. Otherwise, they're going to find East St. Louis like right back in this ball game, neck and neck.
Yeah, right now the Flyers are down by 8. Here is Powell. Powell comes in, and a reverse layup works for him. And Powell adding on the points, man. He had 8 in the first half. He's already got 10. And we're going to have a foul call the other way this time. And a little Bronx cheer going on by the crowd. They're standing up on their
they're like,
feet.
it's about time, right?
Yeah.
And I don't blame them, to be honest with you. But at any rate, you know, Powell has dribbled the lane the last, 5 possessions, right? So we know what's happening.
Inbound pass comes into Chambers. Chambers will give it up to Horace. Collinsville's lead, 53-47. We're halfway through quarter number 4. Horace all the way back out at midcourt.
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, it's a 2-possession lead.
Yep, sure
right?
is. 6 points. Here is Brister. He'll give it up to Reynolds. Reynolds stands back at midcourt. I don't really think you want to hold on to the ball and just kind of waste time here, because that'll allow East St. Louis to come back. All they got to do is get that turnover.
Yeah, we should be looking to score.
Yeah, Powell should have got called for a foul there, man. He had hands all over him. Here is Brister. Brister will drive, dump it off. Zach Chambers, nowhere to go.
Score, Zach.
Then he turns around, and he'll be fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line once again.
Well, that's a high percentage shot we were looking for.
Enlow picks up his second straight foul, his third of the game. And back to the free throw line. Zach Chambers being talked to by one of the referees. He's in his face.
Must have been a little verbiage going on down there.
I guess. Meanwhile, the other 4 players for Collinsville back at the sideline talking to Coach Lee.
And the East Side players trying to get in the huddle. The referee said, you can't do that.
Oh, man, Chambers has got to start hitting these free throws. That's his 3rd miss of the night. Went 1 for 2 in the first half, 1 for 2 earlier here, and now
Coach Chambers is livid. He says, you can't tell my player where to stand on the court. It's not a timeout, right? And he's probably right, actually.
So Chambers has made 1 of 2 on his 3 trips to the free throw line. They'll kick it back out here in the corner. Sanders for 3. That's short, but East St. Louis picks up the rebound. Collinsville didn't even move for that rebound.
Another offensive board.
Another 3-point try. That one's good. All of a sudden, we got a game here, folks. 4-point lead for Collinsville. They have been stuck for a while. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, Jamori just got his arm hit standing out of bounds with the basketball. Like, you cannot do that. But instead of calling the foul, they called the timeout, which we were trying to call.
Well, timeout called anyway, so we'll step aside for just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. We have a much tighter game now, man. 54-50 is our score. Collinsville still leading by 4, but they have been stuck in the low 50s for a while now.
Yeah, they just have not been able to score or produce any energy, and they have not defended the paint in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter has been all East St. Louis.
Chase Reynolds ready to inbound. So you have Reynolds, the 5'11 junior, against Powell, the 6'5 senior, trying to get that ball in. Now they do so to Horace. And Horace in the backcourt gets it up to Chambers. Chambers reverses direction. Better get it across that line soon, guys. Over it goes, and Weisinger, 10 seconds violation. Collinsville turns the ball over.
Man, I'll tell you what, all the momentum. Now East Side's crowd comes to their feet, making all kinds of noise after being silent most of the game. Momentum has definitely shifted to East Side's favor, and they're going to get another possession to try to cut it to a 2 or 1 point lead.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're under 3 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, and things have changed dramatically here for Collinsville. And for that matter, East St. Louis. Here's a drive by Powell, kicks it out, 3-point shot. That one's short, and we're going to have a foul against against Chase Reynolds away from the play. And just when Collinsville got their hands on the rebound.
My goodness. Can't catch a break. But that's what happens when you lose energy. We've seen this before, Todd, right? When you lose energy, all of a sudden you start to not get the breaks of the game.
Here is Powell in front of his own bench. Almost lost the ball. Kicks it all the way back out now to Brown. Brown back over to Powell. Powell drives. Weisinger got in his way. Rebound, knocked out of bounds.
Come on.
I'm going to say it was by Brister.
Brister's 5'2". He can't knock the ball out of
Crowd is restless, man. Carnahan will check back into the game. He'll take the place of Chase Reynolds. And it'll be another inbound pass coming up here, triggered by Darion Enlow, and he gets the ball into Brown. Brown will launch a 3-point shot. That's short. Rebound belongs to Nick Horace. He'll get pushed down from behind by Darian Enlow, and Enlow will pick up his 4th.
Oh, look at there. Collinsville finally got a foul called against him.
Oh, they called that one against McCline. Well, at any rate, that's McCline's 4th, not Enlow. And for the Flyers, that's their 3rd team foul. Collinsville has 4 up there on the board, so 1 more by the Kahawks, and East St. Louis is going to be at the free throw line.
Yeah, look for Eastside to pressure Collinsville here right from the get-go and try to create a turnover.
Chase Reynolds looking to inbound, does so to Chambers. Back over to Reynolds it goes. He's across the line, and he'll give it up back to Chambers. Chambers looking for a little bit of help, gives it to Horace. Horace back out to Reynolds. We have 2:10 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Here is Nick Horace back at the logo at midcourt. Gives it up now for Brister. Brister, he'll dribble, he'll drive, and he'll stop at the free throw line, continue to move, and wow.
Tyree, my man, Brister, ladies and gentlemen.
6-point lead back for Collinsville. Here is East St. Louis trying to answer. 3-point shot for Brown. No good. Brister trying to go up for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. That's going to belong to Collinsville.
I would hope so this time. Tyree can't knock the ball out of bounds twice up in the air. I can promise you that. So Tyree with a big bucket on our 5-out spread offense, and that gives Collinsville a little bit more cushion, but we're still going to have to take care of the basketball.
1:44 to go. Baseball-style pass all the way down. Here is Weisinger. Lost the handle on it. Turnover, Collinsville. Back the other way we go.
Oh, he double dribbled.
Here is McCline. They didn't catch that, though. McCline for 3. That one's a little short. Bounces around for a while. Rebound put back up and in by Powell. 4-point game once again. We're down to the final 80 seconds left to play here in this 4th quarter, and lost the ball again, did Reynolds. He dumps it off. Chambers, good for 2.
Man, I don't know how Reynolds kept control of that basketball, Todd.
Man, oh, man.
Woo.
Here's another 3-point try by East St. Louis. No good. Reynolds with the rebound for Collinsville. Kahawks bring it back up. Here is Weisinger. Weisinger at the free throw line. 1 minute to go here in this 4th quarter, and now we're going to have a foul against Weisinger called on Powell. That'll be his 1st.
Yeah, now Eastside's down 6 with a minute left, so, Collinsville happy to run this thing out, but Flyers still have, that was their last foul to give. So the next foul, they'll put us at the free throw line.
Yep, each team in that same boat. Into the backcourt it goes to Horace. Horace is going to be fouled immediately by Powell again. That'll be his 2nd, and now it's time for some free throws. Nick Horace to the free throw line for the first time tonight. He is 73.6% from the charity stripe this year. And it looks like he'll be up there all alone.
Yeah, Nick, a pretty good free throw shooter.
Referee's going to say, you guys got to get some bodies up there.
Yep.
You didn't call a timeout. You want to call a timeout, call a timeout.
They did a nice little powwow session. It looks like the big fella, Mr. Powell, is kind of holding his side. He's kind of down on his knees. I don't know that he's in very good shape right now, unfortunately. I hope
Horace,
he's okay.
Good. So important to make these free throws down the stretch.
Well, yeah, that makes it a 3-possession game now, right?
Yep.
Instead of a 2-possession game. That's huge.
Sure is. Horace, one more shot coming his way, trying to give his team point number 60 on the night, and he will.
2 huge free throws.
You're not kidding, man. You are not kidding.
Man, oh, man.
Here is Taylor Powell. Powell comes over onto the left wing, into the corner, gives it up now for Sanders, gives it back to Powell. Powell cuts across the free throw line, takes the shot, good for 2 more points.
Weird. Powell drove with the basketball.
Huh?
I said weird. Powell drove with the basketball.
Well, huh? Right?
Every possession this quarter.
30-second timeout called by East St. Louis. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well. And we are back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 47 seconds left here in this 4th quarter. Collinsville up by 6, 60-54. Big Southwestern Conference matchup. Collinsville has another one of those coming up Tuesday at O'Fallon, and I will be there for that one as well.
Yeah, we've only got a couple more weeks left here in the regular season, and should be some high-flying postseason action down here in the southern part of the state. Lots of good basketball going on this year.
Girls playoff schedule came out today, and Collinsville will take on Edwardsville here on this floor on February the 12th, and the other game will find Alton against Granite City.
Well, the girls will certainly have their work cut out for them, but they've had a lot of success this year.
Yeah, they're not doing too bad. They, despite that loss the other night against the same team they're going to have to play in the playoffs. Here is Weisinger, and Weisinger gets fouled, and that is going to be number 3 against Powell.
So Eastside was trying to play defense and create a turnover, which is kind of an interesting decision. A little bit of extracurriculars in the backcourt here.
I'm going to call that one against Brown. That'll be his 4th. Oh, it's 5th. Never mind. So Brown is out.
Oh, boy.
To the free throw line is Jamori Weisinger. Collinsville up by 6. Make one of these at least, and you're back into a 3-possession game. No, I see. I had it right the first time. So Powell picks up his 2nd. I thought I had him down for 3. I had that one right there was number 3. So apparently Brown does not have to leave the game. But looks like he has. No, he's over there on the sideline. Weisinger misses the first one. Got to make these, man. Got to make them.
Yeah, because we're back to a 2-possession ball game.
Yep.
So you make one of these, you're at a 3-possession game, and that's just a huge difference.
It is. Weisinger from the free throw line. Just pretend like it's a 3-pointer, man.
You should back up and shoot it from 3.
There you go.
Oh, man, what a big bucket.
61-54. We are down to 40 seconds to play here in this 4th quarter. Here is Powell, turn around, and he'll sink one again.
Weird. Powell drives again.
Powell has took off, man. He is up to 26 now.
24 the board shows, but he's taken every shot this quarter, I think.
Pretty much.
Besides a couple 3-pointers where he dished. I mean, he's handled the ball every single possession.
Robert McCline picks up his 4th foul, and back to the free throw line will be Jamori Weisinger. Collinsville up by 5. Make both of these, and it's back to a 3-possession game.
You got it. Now, Collinsville can write their own story as long as they hit their free throws.
There we go.
Weisinger gets the shooter's roll off the rim.
Sure does. One more shot coming up for the 6-foot senior, Jamori Weisinger. And that one's good as well.
Clutch free throws by seniors. Weisinger and Horace earlier this quarter have been huge at the end of this game.
Somebody needs to guard Powell. Powell, he'll take a shot, can't get that one to fall, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Weisinger can't slam it. Got to go up there and make sure you get that bucket, man.
Darren Lee will come unglued over that.
Down to 10 seconds. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with East St. Louis with 9.9 left on the clock.
I like the energy out of Weisinger, but, man, if you're going to try it, you got to get it done. That's the rule.
It would have been just a real simple fingertip roll layup for him if he would have done that. There's a 2-point shot.
Oh,
2-point shot.
Too little, too late.
Yeah. And now a foul with 0.7 seconds left. That will be the 5th one on Brown. To the free throw line will go Nick Horace. Collinsville up by 5. And not enough time for East St. Louis to do anything about it.
Nope. Credit Horace and Weisinger with some big free throws here at the end of this game. You know, I think probably fatigue had a little bit to do with the 4th quarter. We mentioned kind of being in a track meet with East St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Is always a challenge.
They're going to make East St. Louis bring at least a couple of players down outside the lane for the free throw tries. And Horace at the free throw line. 2 for 2 tonight. And make it 3 for 3. One more coming up for Nicky Tony.
Yeah, nice crowd on hand here at Virgil Fletcher tonight. It was alumni night.
Yeah.
It was had a lot of alumni basketball players, dancers, various athletes.
And the buzzer sounds, and that's going to do it. 64-58 in favor of Collinsville, and the Kahawks improved to 24-3 on the year, 7-2 in conference play. East St. Louis drops to 17-7, and they drop to 5-3 in conference play. Time now for the pregame show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works. Take it away, Dr. Chris.
We are Chiropractic Works, located here in Collinsville, Illinois. Our goal is to help as many people live as high a quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We're located on the Beltline Road, right across from the Yamaha shop. You can reach us at 618-343-3602 or www.chiropracticworkscollinsville.com.
Nice to have you, sir. We'll see you next week, I think.
Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it. We'll look forward to it.
All right, man. That is Dr. Chris McCluskey. My name is Todd Duke. Time for the post-game show. That comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries, chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? beds. There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing. And that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville Whiston wins this one here tonight by a final score of 64-58, but it was by no means an easy task. And joining us now is assistant head coach and the junior varsity head coach, Eric Anderson. How are you, sir?
Good, Todd. How you
All
doing?
right, I'm doing good, man. All right, let's talk about the JV game first. 63-40. You guys had a 27 lead after that first quarter, and 32-17 after quarter number 3. East St. Louis kind of made it a little closer at times, but man, you only had 5 people that scored, and all 5 of them ended up in double digits.
Really? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
A little balanced attack there.
Yeah, you had Evan Wilkinson with 18, Jace Wilkinson with 15, A.J. Main with 12, DeAndre Brown with 11, and Solomon Talbot with 10. So a nice, strong performance by your JV guys.
Yeah, and one thing we talked about is getting out and running the floor, running for layups. And a lot of times you see Sal getting ready to get the rebound, and we had 3 or 4 guys sticking around looking for the ball. It's like, we're going to get the rebound. Just start running. Let's go. Let's have one guy stick around, look for the ball, and then let's run for layups. So we're starting to get pretty good at that, leaking out a little bit. And that's something we practiced and emphasized. And tonight we did a good job. And it puts pressure on teams because some of these teams like to go rebound. And if they don't get it, we're ahead of them down the floor. And Sal's a good passer, and he gets it out to Jace Wilkinson. He's looking up the floor. And, we had a lot of guys get run-out layups, which really makes your offense look a lot better at the end of the day. So I think that was the main thing that we did that hurt them. So, yeah, it was a good win.
Your JV team's starting to gel a little bit because you guys won that game by 23 points. The last time you played East St. Louis, you only won by 9.
Yeah, at the JV level, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
They're a little depleted. I think East St. Louis, they might have had a guy moved in. One guy can make a difference. You never know from one game to the next who you're going to play. And I feel like every time we play the JV team for the second time, they might have a couple different guys or not have a couple guys. So I think some continuity on our part helps us. We're able to run some offense a little bit more than some of these teams just because we've had the same nucleus, same core, and we've been able to kind of gel a little bit in that regard. But, yeah, it's just a matter of, being consistent, running a good offense, playing defense, and some segments of the game it's great, and sometimes we look like we're not running anything, and that's kind of the life of the JV level. So yeah, just focus on getting better each and every game.
All right, let's move on to the varsity side of things. First of all, a couple of big nights. Zach Chambers over 700 points for his career. Jamari Weisinger over 900 points for his career. So let's start there.
Yeah, those guys came ready to play tonight. It was a battle. I mean, any conference game, and we've talked about this, I feel like every time we talk, is just how strong our conference is this year and the parity in the league. Like, it's even any given night, and I was walking out of the locker room and we were talking about scores around the league, and somebody said Belleville East just beat Edwardsville.
Yeah.
Real close game. I mean, from night to night, you just don't know. And East St. Louis they're going to be tough in the postseason for sure, 3A. So, yeah, it was a tough game. And it came down to rebounding and getting taking care of the ball. And that was 2 things we said, if we can get enough rebounds, because it's not easy. And at times we weren't getting any rebounds.
Yeah.
It killed us at times. But we found a way to get enough at the end. And like you talked about Zach and Jamori, they hit some big shots. We ran offense and got those guys free a few times, but You know, and they're banging on Zach all game. It's tough to go into him all game long.
Yeah.
You know, he gets tired, and and then they start collapsing, triple teaming him sometimes. So, yeah, overall, it was a battle. We were fortunate to come out with the win.
Yeah, speaking of tired, man, looked like you guys were just dog tired there in the middle of that fourth quarter. You were stuck at 53 points, seemed like forever.
Yeah, their pressure was, they're up in it. We missed some shots, that didn't help. We had some bad turnovers. We had some calls go against us that kind of limited what we were doing. And, yeah, it wasn't easy. And we knew it wasn't going to be. And we knew it would come down to the wire, just like most conference games are. So, the guys found a way. We're proud of that, and we just got to build on it.
Yeah, and you can build on it Tuesday night at O'Fallon, your next conference opponent, Tuesday night at O'Fallon. We're going to be there, man. It just doesn't get any easier, does it?
No, but they're saying the same thing. I mean, everybody, just the conference schedule, it's just not easy. And then we got the Saturday game next week. Is that Chatham Glenwood?
Yeah.
No Friday game night.
Yeah.
Or no game Friday night next week. So
yeah, that's weird.
That's going to be a little weird that Friday night. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're looking forward to gearing up towards the postseason. Hopefully keep everybody healthy and just keep tweaking a few things and playing our best basketball at the end of the season.
All right, sir. Thank you for the visit. Have a good weekend.
Yep, Todd. Thank you.
All right, that is Eric Anderson, the assistant coach to Darren Lee on the varsity side and the head coach of the JV team. As we continue to move on here, Collinsville wins this one tonight 64-58. East St. Louis outscored Collinsville in that fourth quarter 19-13. Leading scorer in this game belongs to East St. Louis. That was Taylor Powell with 26 points. He only had 8 in the first half, so the majority of those came in the second half where everything he shot, he almost made. Orlandius Brown ended up in double digits for East St. Louis. Besides Powell, those were the only two. Brown ended up with 13. Collinsville, they got 19 from Jamori Weisinger to lead the way, 15 from Zach Chambers, 13 from Nick Horace. After that, Tyree Brister with 9, and then 4 points apiece for Stanley Carnahan and Chase Reynolds. Collinsville did win the rebound battle just by 1, though, 26-25. Collinsville turned the ball over 10 times compared to East St. Louis. They turned the ball over 11 times, and from the lines, Collinsville hit 6 of 12 three-pointers, while East St. Louis hit 4 of 17 from the three-point stripe. Collinsville went 10 of 15 from the free throw line, and East St. Louis ended up going 4 of 9 from the charity stripe. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. Big thank you once again to Zach Chambers joining us in the pregame interview. Another big thank you to Dr. Chris McCluskey joining us all game long on the other microphone. And again, to Eric Anderson for joining us on the postgame show. As you heard me mention, our next action will be more boys basketball. That'll come your way from the road. We're going to be at O'Fallon Tuesday night, and usually around the same times, around 7:10 for the pregame show. And the tip-off is scheduled for 7:30. Collinsville wins this one tonight, 64-58. My name is Todd Duke. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.